Hi, this is Dana Peterson. Thank you for taking the time to review this module. We're going to discuss communication in the workplace. This learning module was done with the intention of providing a basic understanding of communication fundamentals. In addition, it looks at why communication is important, as well as identifies the benefits of good communication and the impact of poor communication. Next, it identifies how managers should communicate to their employees. And lastly, identify how employees should communicate to their respective managers. Upon completion of this learning module, users should be able to understand why good communications in the workplace is required, identify the benefits of open communication, as well as the impact that poor communication has on a company, identify the specific techniques that managers should leverage in communication to their employees, and then lastly, provide some techniques around how employees should communicate to their managers. Okay, so just taking a look at why good communication is required in a company. You know, if you're going to lead a successful organization, you must create an environment with open communication and trust. Good communication is part of every successful company. It really serves two primary functions. It provides information on what needs to be done, and then it also establishes trust and employee commitment. And then lastly, it's really key to an organization's ability to produce and run effectively. You know, the key point around this is in relation to the good communication is you need to ensure that you're linking your message to the strategy and goals of the organization. So that good communication will allow that to happen. You know, you need to be able to attract the audience and attention of your employees, right? And by exercising good communication, that'll support that happening. And then, you know, in addition, you need to motivate your audience to accept and act on your message, and that can be done through good communication. Okay, so just kind of a high-level overview of some of the benefits of open communication. First one is it improves worker productivity, provides the workers a chance to feel valued, improves on morale. In addition, it allows for understanding why decisions are made. You know, kind of drilling into this a little bit, open communication allows employees to feel more engaged. In addition, it also provides an understanding that what they do matters to the success of the business. You need to make sure that employees see the big picture, and if they do, you know, they're much more productive. The next bullet there increases employee job satisfaction. Employees feel empowered to respond when managers listen. Satisfaction also occurs when information flows down from management. You know, as I said, effective communication leads everyone to be on the same page and moving in the same direction. And that certainly is aided when communication from management flows down to the employees. And then last bullet here that I have is positive impact on employee absenteeism and turnover ratio. You know, employees want to stick around if they feel valued. They want to come to work. You know, if they feel they're contributing, they want to come to work and contribute to the organization. They get along with their co-workers. You know, they're much more open to communication, much more innovative, providing ideas. Overall, in the end, much more beneficial for the company. So, looking on the negative side, what's the impact of poor communication? Certainly, poor communication impacts morale. the morale slowly decreases so that employees no longer care. Poor communication contributes to unclear goals, poor signals from management. Employees are unable to prioritize if they don't have any direction. And then, kind of piggybacking on top of the unable to prioritize is its poor efficiency. They're spending more time on needless tasks. In addition, they also need to spend more time on getting the answers to require to understand what the true direction is or what the goal of the respective project or product is that they're working on. Lastly, it also leads to mistakes. Errors are produced, and when mistakes occur, that translates into lost profits. So just repeating, poor communication creates havoc that can lead to turnover, low morale in the ranks, and poor customer service. All of this can certainly result in decreased sales and profit. And really, what organization really is looking for that to happen? Okay, so just taking a look at some communication techniques that managers can work to leverage. Managers need to understand that communication is a priority. It can't be short-term focused. It needs to be long-term focused. In addition, probably one of the most key aspects of a good communicating manager is that they seek employee feedback, through focus groups or surveys or whatever it may be. In addition, not only is it that, but also, asking for feedback when involved directly with your employee, involved in meetings or conference calls or whatever. Certainly, asking for employee feedback in front of other people is the sign of a good manager. Managers need to communicate via multiple platforms. They need to do it one-on-one discussions, emails, whatever techniques, phone calls, Skype, but they need to be able to do it effectively. It needs to be short, it needs to be brief, and it needs to be directed to the point. And then, in addition, they need to innovate. They need to leverage innovative methods, video conference, social media. The days of managers flying across the world to attend a meeting with their employees or peers or whatever it may be are a lot less frequent now with the innovative technology that is now available for maintaining open lines with communication with employees. And then lastly, and kind of hit on this earlier, leverage employee suggestions. Solicit employees' opinions, leverage ideas when they make sense, right? Don't be stuck in your ways. If an employee has a good idea, don't take credit for it. Communicate the idea, run with the idea, and then also communicate whose idea it was. That goes a long way as a manager. Okay, so just as much as managers need to be able to effectively communicate to their employees, employees also need to be able to effectively communicate to the management. So just a couple of key points here in regards to some of the things that could be leveraged when communicating to management. The first one is communication style. You need to understand what type of communication methods the manager likes and leverage that on a consistent basis. If you don't understand how they like to communicate, whether it be through phone calls or email or whatever, video conferencing, ask the question what their preferred method is and stick to it. Certainly, the next one is a key bullet point that everybody needs to be aware of. Not just employees communicating with management, but management also needs to be able to do this as well. But you need to listen first, understand what the manager is communicating to you, ask questions if you have to, take notes, whatever it may be, in order to ensure that you have a clear understanding of what's being asked, what's in the requirements. Be direct and to the point. As I said in the previous slide, time is valuable for managers. Be short, crisp, direct. Get your message across clearly. Don't drag on. You know, and one of the other things too is work to try to pick a non-busy time for the manager if possible. Most likely they're going to be busy in the morning, and then probably at the end of the day, after going through all of, handling all the issues that they come up throughout the day, look to maybe provide to acquire a non-busy time, maybe late morning or early afternoon. And then lastly, don't get emotional. Keep an even clear head. Listen to what's being said. If you're being criticized, accept criticism openly, and just understand that that's just a part of good communication, and you need to be able to openly accept that. Okay, and so this slide just goes through or provides 3 discussion questions in relation to the topic of this module, communications within the workplace. If you were to drill into and find answers for each one of these questions, I believe it would provide some additional input in regards to how important communication in the workplace really is in today's business world. So the first discussion question: what role is technological innovation having with communication in today's workplace? A lot of things to talk about with that question. The next discussion question 2, what are the 4 resources that are available as part of the ethical decision-making process? As we know, ethics plays a huge part in today's business world, and certainly leveraging ethics within your communication processes or methods certainly has a huge impact. And then lastly, discussion question 3, identify the 5 styles of conflict management and briefly describe what type of people each style addresses. Okay, and this last slide of the deck of the training module provides some additional supplemental material on finding information in relation to communication in the workplace. If you have any, if you would like to acquire some additional knowledge in this area, this is some very good information to gain that knowledge. So that's it for this slide module. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for taking the time to review it. Have a good day.